funniest pets and people, a bird who will not tolerate chicken scratch. Come on back, rubber doggy. Looks like we got ourselves a convoy. What tops a mud mask? A pudding mask. A queen sits on a king. A pooch pops up for refreshment. And the importance of buckling up. It's the show that will have you sing, stay, laugh, and beg for more. Welcome to Funniest Pets and People. They say birds of a feather flock together. I guess that's why all my friends are birds. Every fiber of his being told him it was wrong, but Beaky made the first move anyway. Sometimes you have to put societal conventions and mores aside and just trust your cat gut. Opposites do attract. Courtney McCrackers was thrilled to finally be getting her story on paper. But she wasn't entirely happy with the ghostwriter the publishing house stuck her with. You see, as far as Courtney was concerned, the only writer qualified to tell Courtney's life story was Courtney. Jimmy took squawkers everywhere. He was cool like that, but Jimmy was too cheap to buy squawkers his own drink. Squawkers had to share. Now, in the long run, Jimmy will probably wish he had bought squawkers his own because you know what can happen if you share a glass with a bird. Looks like we have a peace summit going on here. Whiskers is representing all the cats in the neighborhood, and Spinelli speaks for the birds. It's about time these two came to an agreement and restored peace back to the streets. Whiskers wants the cats to have the park on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, and Spinelli countered with birds getting the trees Monday through Wednesday and every other weekend. Looks like these two are going to iron it all out after all. You know, if only countries could get along like Whiskers and Spinelli. But who's going to speak for the dogs? Steve just washed his jeans. He threw them in the dryer with a down comforter, and ever since, Waddles has not left his side. Turns out the smell of Steve's jeans reminds Waddles of his mom. Oh, looks like that comforter provided comfort in more ways than one. Leo the llama loved giving rides. Why, Monday through Friday, you almost never see Leo without at least one child on his back. But Leo was a firm believer that his weekends were his own. That's right, no rides on the weekends, folks. Leo needed to rest up so he could give 10 jillion rides on Monday. What do you say you come back then, huh? Attaboy. This little girl has something for every music fan. She's great on the instrument, but she isn't afraid to smash the guitar as part of the show. Oh, what can she say? She's a huge Pete Townsend fan. You won't get fooled again. Sometimes the actions draw attention all by themselves, and sometimes you need to say, look what I can... Birthday parties embarrassed Crystal. She just couldn't handle the attention. So she figured if she disguised herself, no one would even glance in her direction. But it backfired. You see, a baby rubbing cake on her head is gonna get noticed, right? So next year, Crystal, just try and blend, honey. The irony here is that Tripper took the car in order to drive around and find the perfect place to take a walk. Good job, Trip. Turnout for the annual Rock Hopper reunion seemed a little light. Where were all the penguins? The promoters were getting really worried, but there was no need. The one thing you need to know about penguins is that some of them wait for the last minute. There you go. Looks like another record-breaking turnout. With two young boys in the house, Annie thought the only way she could keep up was to wear rollerblades. Maybe this way she could make dinner, put away the laundry, pick up toys, do the dishes, weed the garden, do the shopping, get everyone bathed, read bedtime stories, kiss boo-boos, and study for the bar exam. But all she ended up doing was adding one more task to her list. Visiting the chiropractor. Wow, you know it was a wild party when you can't quite place where you left your socks. Lucky for Lex, Mr. Boo Boo has a keen eye and remembers exactly where Lex threw one of them. No one saw the other sock. One thing is for sure, though, if Lex wants to keep track of his socks at these parties, he's gonna need to get another cat. Bowser can't believe it. A bottle of McGillicuddy's old-fashioned carbonated gravy with 10% real meat juice. Now, if only he could get the cork to pop. Bouncing doesn't seem to be working. Maybe he'll scare it out. Yeah. Come on, cork, pop. I gotta get me some McGillicuddy. Now, there's no question what's going on here, folks. The cable is out again, so Bugsy is trying to adjust the rabbit ears. Every time he thinks he has the best reception, something happens and he just has to adjust the rabbit ears all over again. Sure, it's old school. What are you supposed to do when the cable goes out, man? Read? Coming up, a dog tries to lose that old spare tire. And we literally bring down the house. When we return to Funniest Pets and People. Welcome back to Funniest Pets and People. Diamonds and gold bring plenty of joy, but not nearly as much as a wonderful toy. Now let's see, riding in the back of a truck, but not doing any actual work. Yep, he's in the union. When Ginger left the team, many thought that marked the end of Fred's dancing career. I mean, he was known for being half of the couple. But Fred is such an amazing dancer, he can even trip the light fantastic with a piece of paper and have them oohing and eyeing. But seriously, Fred, lose the piece of paper, will you? You don't need it and it's kind of hard to promote. Just go solo. Oh, Walter was looking forward to this. A relaxing weekend in a posh hotel suite. He made the reservation weeks ago and couldn't wait to start unwinding. Problem is, he has to sign the registration book before they give him his room key. Ouch. This little stay may not be as relaxing as Walter had hoped. Now, there are those who say that a dog could never be a member of a racing pit crew, let alone be a crew chief. Well, Winchell here is out to prove them all wrong. You see, he aims to be the first canine pit crew boss at Talladega Speedway. Poochiekins loved mops. Not that he didn't like brooms and dust cloths, but mops were his personal favorite. So when he saw Kimmy headed to the dirt with his favorite mop, he had to intervene. He'd seen what Kimmy could do to a mop, and he would not stand for the destruction of this one. It's just the price you pay when your family pet is a neatnik with a mop obsession. After the doctor diagnosed Gulliver with a severe case of wing fatigue, is there any other kind? Gulliver decided to consider his transportation options. No one said he couldn't look stylish while his wings healed. All the salesman had to tell him was how well the yellow went with his blue feathers, and oh, he was sold. Looks like Gulliver will be driving south this winter. Al fresco, no less. You go, Gulliver. The upside, the green fee included cart rental. The downside, Purgatory Pinnacle was the worst public course in the 99 surrounding counties. In fact, at Purgatory Pinnacle, the hazards weren't restricted to balls in play. Just give him a couple of mulligans. Go ahead, take your tags off and unwind. It's time for Funniest Pets and People Unleashed. Bob and Cindy were not about to answer the door. They didn't order a goose. They didn't know any geese, and even though they didn't know if it was a bad omen or not, well, they weren't going to take any chances. Had it been a duck, well, a totally different story. But a goose, not so much. Vacuuming may have been a chore for Grandma, but it was twice the work for Bonkers. Grandma would vacuum up anything. So Bonkers has to be there to unstick the vacuum. Granny would get the carpet, Bonkers had to get the carpet free. Granny would get a stuffed animal, Bonkers had to unstick the stuffed animal. And Bonkers had to be quick. Did you know Granny used to have a cat? Barbara's body language couldn't be clearer. She wanted someone to cut in and cut in now. When no one did, it was time to go to Plan B. Stop, drop, and roll. Zuzu is quite the fashion critic. All day long, he runs around town pointing out fashion don'ts. I mean, really, someone had to tell old man Stanton that bell-bottoms were no longer in fashion. And that someone is Zuzu. Now, he may be king of the jungle when he's out amongst the pride. But when they're alone, he's just Leo, and she's Denise. And she sits all over him. Come on, Denise. The rest of the pride is watching. Knock it off.
Oh, Leo, you're so catty.
This is Belgian bottle dance, a dance steeped in tradition. The dancer who breaks bottle will have entire year of bad luck. I'm talking really bad luck. Well, he didn't break bottles, so I don't know who this is bad luck for. You know, except of course for janitor. Bad luck for him. Candy likes the thrill of swinging higher and higher, but it's really Chuck who is the daredevil of the family. After taking an assault from the front of the swing, Chuck thought he would pop in from the side and then dart to the back. Man, is there anything Daredevil Chuck won't do? Mittens is picking out which fish he wants to be his playmate. They look like they're having so much fun with the bubbles and the gravel that Mittens wants to hop right in and play. Oh, the fun they would have. If Mittens could only get his paws on one of those fish, what a great time they would have. Look at that face. You believe him, don't you? Bentley's owner is proud of the way Bentley fetches the rocks he throws. But between you and me, folks, Bentley just grabs the first rock he comes to. That's why he drops them on the other side. Just don't tell Bentley's owner it's our little secret. Coming up, a bird who eats like a pig. And a dog who plays like a seal. When we return to Funniest Pets and People. Welcome back to Funniest Pets and People. Stop the presses and hit the lights. These dogs are ready for the big time. Hector appeals to a very specific niche market. Unfortunately, dogs represent the absolute smallest percentage of the record-buying public. Sorry, Hector. You'll just have to enjoy cult status. His singing is outstanding, and his piano playing is top-notch. But since he's only 6 and therefore underage, he can't play any of the gigs at the local cantinas. Of course, he maintains that in dog years he's 42. But no one's really buying it. Bella is the most sought-after volleyball coach in the entire world. And with 17 gold medals dangling from his collar, he doesn't seem to be slowing down. Part of what makes Bella so good is that his moist little nose makes the ball all slippery. And if you can return Bella's slippery spikes, just think how you'll do in competition with a dry ball. Some people say volleyball has gone to the dogs. You want to liven up your next party? Well, just tell every girl to wear the same outfit. Their natural senses of fashion and rivalry will ensure there is never a dull moment. Your dance floor will always be full, even if it is with girls pushing and shoving. Doesn't matter if it's candy, cakes, or meats, all kinds of treats make for good eats. Jimmy feeds the dog watermelon this way because his wife thinks it's gross to let the dog eat off their plates. To each their own. So, who makes the best macaroni and cheese? Well, we decided to let these discerning pups decide by laying out all the popular brands and seeing which they prefer. Yep, it's official. 6 out of 8 pups surveyed believe McSorley's macaroni and cheese is the cat's meow. Petey thinks Mom went a little crazy with the garlic in her world-famous garlic mashed potatoes. Whew. If only there was something on the table that could get that garlicky taste out of his mouth. Ah, there it is. Herring. One thing you have to say about herring, it will not be overpowered. Coming up, the wardrobe gets a complete kitty makeover. When we return to Funniest Pets and People. Welcome back to Funniest Pets and People. Tatters has a lot to learn about sportsmanship. Whenever he can't find the item to be fetched, he throws all the clothes on the floor. It really would be much better if he just admitted he needed a little help. Kitten steps, Tatters. Kitten steps.